Fishermen pulled a weird object out of the sea, but when they looked closely, they were shocked. Fisherman Kurt loved exploring new places and finding rare fish. One morning, he set out with his crew for a normal fishing day. The sea was calm at first, but a sudden strong current pushed the boat far from its planned course. After the waves settled, Kurt sent two divers, Leon and Mark, to explore the area. They found something unusual beneath the water, an enormous dark object hidden on the sea floor. It was perfectly shaped, unlike anything natural. Kurt decided they had to bring it up. His crew hesitated, afraid of what it could be, but Kurt insisted. The divers attached a heavy cable and the boat's crane began lifting the object. It was so heavy the boat nearly tipped over. When it finally surfaced, everyone froze. It wasn't a rock, and it wasn't a piece of a ship. They had just pulled a strange artifact from the deep. What they discovered next shocked them all. Kurt and his crew stood around the strange artifact. It was covered in barnacles and thick layers of sea growth. Nobody could tell what it really was. Some of the men wanted to throw it back, but Kurt refused. He knew this was something rare, and it could be important. The crew secured the artifact tightly on deck. Kurt decided to take it back to shore. The boat moved slowly, the heavy weight making the trip more difficult than usual. Everyone was silent, still uneasy about what they had pulled from the deep. When they reached the harbor, Kurt called local authorities. Soon, a group of experts arrived. They carefully examined the object and began cleaning it. Bit by bit, the thick growth was removed, revealing strange carvings. The shapes and symbols didn't look modern. One of the experts stepped back in shock. They realized this wasn't just any random object. It was an ancient artifact. The design matched something that had been reported stolen from a museum nearly 10 years ago. Nobody knew how it ended up in the ocean. The artifact was taken for detailed study. Kurt and his crew were questioned about exactly where they had found it. They shared their map and explained how the strong current had pushed them far from their usual route. After careful checks, the museum confirmed the artifact's identity. It had been missing for almost a decade, and its recovery was a huge event. Kurt and his crew were praised for their honesty and effort in bringing it back. The museum rewarded Kurt with a generous payment. His crew also received a share for their hard work. For many of them, it was more money than they had ever earned from fishing. Still, the mystery wasn't solved. How did the stolen artifact end up so deep underwater? Some believed it had been thrown overboard during a smuggling attempt. Others thought it might have been hidden there on purpose. Kurt didn't have the answers, but he knew one thing. He would never forget that day. It had started as a normal fishing trip and ended with a discovery that made headlines. He also wondered if there were more secrets still waiting in the deep sea.